The Elder God is an enigmatic presence in the Soul River trilogy. He is first introduced in Soul River 1 as a benevolent yet mysterious entity. He claims responsibility for Raziel surviving the abyss, but also seems to know more about Raziel's new form of existence than Raziel himself does.
You are weak. You must feed.
The old hunger has left me. I have no desire for blood.
You are changed. Your bloodthirst is replaced by a deeper need. You have become a devourer of souls. To sustain your strength, you must hunt the lost spirits of the underworld and consume the souls of your enemies.
However, as the series progresses, the Elder God is portrayed as less and less benevolent, to the point of becoming the ultimate villain in Defiance. But that's not really what this missive is about. Now, what is the real identity of the Elder God? Visually, this unnamed deity is presented as an amalgamation of uncountable eyes and unending tentacles, with a hunger for souls masked by the claim that by consuming them he helps them re-enter the cycle of life, or as he puts it,
I am the origin of life, the devourer of death. I am the hub of the wheel, the purifying cycle to which all souls must be drawn.
But again, what is the identity of this God? Who is he? I, for one, am going to make the argument that the Elder God is one of the Old Ones, specifically the one known as Yog-Sothoth. And there are many hints suggesting that the Elder God is Yog-Sothoth, such as the appearance, while Yog-Sothoth has manifested in a variety of forms, the most common depiction of him is as a mass of tentacles, orbs, and eyes. And if you're a Soul River fan, this should sound very familiar. In H.P. Lovecraft's The Dunwich Horror, it is hinted that Yog-Sothoth is omniscient through this quote here. Yog-Sothoth knows the gate. Yog-Sothoth is the gate. Yog-Sothoth is the key and guardian of the gate. Past, present, future, all are one in Yog-Sothoth. He knows where the old ones broke through of old, and where they shall break through again. He knows where they have trod earth's fields, and where they still tread them, and why no one can behold them as they tread. This is to mean that Yog-Sothoth perceives the past, present, and future at the same time, as does the Elder God. Perhaps the best example of this trait is this scene from Defiance, where the Elder God offers to transport Kain centuries into the future, to the time when Avernus Cathedral is burning. In one moment he is talking to Kain in one era, and then talks to Kain again once the vampire emerges from the portal. In other words, the Elder God is present in both timelines with complete knowledge that its past self had flung Kain centuries into the future.
If Avernus is in flames, Raziel is 5 centuries beyond my reach.
I may aid you in this regard as well. This portal will transport you in time to the very hour that Raziel arrives in Avernus. This task is yours to carry out, since it was you who made him what he is. When you are ready, you may pass through.
I knew, of course, that this oracle was not to be trusted. But in the end, what choice did I have? This peculiar sensation was familiar to me, and the chamber did indeed appear altered by time. In this regard, at least, the oracle seemed to have been truthful.
I have delivered you faithfully to the very hour you desire. You know what must be done, Kain. There is only one way to prevent Raziel from doing great harm.
He is not my enemy.
But you are his.
This scene also takes us to the next trait that hints at Yog-Sothoth, which is the power to create portals through time and dimension. The Elder God manifesting that portal for Kain shows that the god can create portals through time, obviously. While towards the beginning of Legacy of Kain, Defiance, we are given a strong indication that the Elder God is able to create dimensional portals. The specific moment that highlights this is when the Elder God takes away the portals that Raziel was using to travel between the spectral realm and the physical realm.
At last, I discovered a conduit into the material realm. I would finally escape the spirit world and take one step farther from my tormentor.
Did you think to receive the same favors after your rebellion as before? No, Raziel. I have no need for you to enter the physical world, so no conduit will be granted. You serve me adequately as a wraith, and a wraith you will remain.
Perhaps a less obvious element that hints that the Elder God is Yog-Sothoth is the entity known as At-Tawil. While it initially was portrayed as the guardian of the Ultimate Gate along with Yog-Sothoth, however, in more recent stories, At-Tawil is portrayed as an avatar of Yog-Sothoth, a benevolent hooded figure that can interact with the mortal realm without driving the minds of men into madness. In the Soul Reaver trilogy, for the Elder God, the role of this avatar is fulfilled by the doting, benevolent soothsayer Mobius. Or at least that's how the old man likes to present himself.
A nobleman? Seeking wisdom? Death has taught you well.
Enough philosophy, I seek answers.
Answers indeed. I have them all if you have the questions. And what are the questions for these answers?
Moving on. In Lovecraft's The Case of Charles Dexter Ward, Yog-Sothoth's name is invoked in the chants meant to reanimate the dead. And in Defiance, we get a hint that the Elder God has the power to resurrect the dead when we catch a prayer from Mobius asking to be brought back to life.
You think this will matter?
I serve one who has power over life and death.
Then go to him.
I am his obedient, his devoted servant. Soon, all pain will fade, and my master will bring me life once more. Master, my apologies. A momentary oversight. Somehow Kain still lives, and has unexpectedly dispatched me. Make use of your good servant, and go to your master then.
And if you're thinking, what about Soul River 1 when the Elder God had saved Raziel from the Abyss? I honestly don't think that counts as an example of the Elder God bringing back someone to life, because of this particular scene from Soul River 2 where Raziel calls into question that the resurrection even happened.
You have failed me, Raziel.
I wonder, Old One, did you truly resurrect me, or were you simply there when I awakened from my torment in the Abyss? I suspect you found me merely convenient, dropped in your lair by Kain, indestructible for some reason, a durable and gullible tool for you to manipulate. This one thing I readily admit. I have been used by others time and again, but always I seem to stray from their path. What is it about me, demon, that makes me such an unreliable instrument? Why do I survive one trial after another, on and on, in an endless succession of humiliating deaths and resurrections? It seems there is much more to my destiny and my history than I know. Perhaps more than you know as well.
If you may have noticed, in this clip, this is perhaps the only moment in the series where the Elder God is referred to by the term Old One, which is a common term used to refer to the pantheon of cosmic beings in Lovecraftian mythos. The last thing worth mentioning is an Eldritch horror wouldn't be an Eldritch horror if it did not instill madness into the minds of men when appearing in its true form before their eyes. And this trait is hinted at in this scene from Legacy of Kain Defiance, where Raziel uses the purified river to shed the skein from the ghostly eyes of the time streamer Mobius, who is gripped by terror at the mere sight of his god.
And go to your master then. I release you to the wheel. Oh, God. Do you see it now? The monster that you served. Is this what you imagined when you worshipped it? No! And in that knowledge, go and feed it. I release you.
As to why Kain or Raziel seem unaffected by the sight of the Elder God, I think that might be because they are immortal beings, and throughout the series they've proved to be a lot more durable than other entities. Now, I realize that in this missive we are just comparing Yog-Sothoth to the Elder God and using the many similarities between them to suggest that the Elder God is Yog-Sothoth. But if it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck, then it's probably a duck or an eternal, omniscient, ominous Eldritch horror, as the case may be, here. As to why the Elder God is referred to as the Elder God and not Yog-Sothoth in the Legacy of Kain series, I really don't know. Maybe the writers simply didn't want to tread on a pre-existing IP that would have come with its own baggage. But considering all that we have gone through, I have to ask, if the Elder God is Yog-Sothoth, is that the reason why so many of the demons in the Soul Reaver trilogy look so alien-like? They are basically aliens from different dimensions or different realities, like Yog-Sothoth himself. Anyway, that's all for now, Knowledge Seeker. Declare your allegiance by hitting subscribe.